But anyway, I'm going off on a rant here. But yeah, so they come back. They do reach like their greatest commercial success, but it is, it's kind of a trade-off because they are losing a little bit of what made them Heart.
Yeah.
But they are back at their greatest success. And when they were in their like down point, they were like, shit, if our next record doesn't do well, like we're done.
Yeah.
Like we're out of the business.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it did do well because they did those things.
Yes.
So it's like, you can't judge them for that.
No,
you know what I
not
mean?
really. Especially when they come from a world where like their mom was a total homemaker, and like they have nothing wrong with that, but they, in their mind, like the professions for women were like, other than them singing, it was like, okay, well, you become a waitress or you become a teacher or you become a nurse, and I just can't see them in those professions. Like they are meant to be like on stage, like so they just had to do what they do. They did, they've had like photo shoots where Annie Leibovitz tries to get them to take their tops off for a long time, and like they don't want to do it, and then they end up doing it. And I mean, it's just unfortunate, but like that is what happens in the industry.
Yeah, especially during that time.
Yeah.
So they reach their greatest commercial success, and then I guess they're like, all right, well, we've done this enough. And then they fired their whole band again, which is so funny to me that they could just be like, you know what? You've served your purpose. Bye, guys.
Heart. You got no heart.
This is our band. If you forgot, so you're all gone. And then at this point, around this time, so Nancy starts going out with Cameron Crowe.
Yeah.
Which I didn't even know about.
Me neither. I literally found this out days ago. I was like, really?
And they're still married.
No.
Right? Or no?
No, it's just recently divorced. Like pretty
that's
recent.
Sad. Fuck. I'm sorry. I take it back.
Yeah. I mean, and not super recent. It's more like 2010, I think. But it's within the 2000s and it's within the 10s.
Right. So then they kind of go off in their separate ways a little bit after, that point. Anne does a solo album and Nancy starts actually scoring Cameron's films.
Yeah.
Which is dope.
Yes.
That's really cool. So she gets into like a whole different aspect of music and composition than the rock band.
Right.
So that's dope. I really respect the hell out of that. And then she starts knowing how to produce things as well. And she just gets like really into the whole, like everything of music, not just the playing guitar, you know what I mean?
Yeah. They have a studio now out in Seattle, and like some of our favorite grunge artists have like, recorded there, and it's just really, really awesome. And it's just, what else is awesome to see, all the what we would probably call the children of Heart, like all the people that came out of Seattle after them that love them so much. That just, I don't know. Yeah. I'm not even Nancy and them, and that just brings the tears to my eyes because it's like, they're such hard rockers, and their music is so like gritty, and I'm talking about the grunge sound that came out, and then like to like pay homage to like people like Nancy and Anne, it's just like, well, thank goodness, you know what I mean?
And that's another thing that I didn't really realize until we were researching this. I was like, damn, I guess they really were one of the biggest Seattle bands before grunge. Like, and they even I saw an interview with Jerry Cantrell from Alice in Chains. He was just like, yeah, like they were the shit. Like, we loved them.
Yeah.
Like them doing it, we were like, oh, maybe a band from Seattle can do something.
That's
you know what
insane.
I mean?
That's great. That's so great. And then for them to love them like that, and like, they said that like everywhere they go, it doesn't matter if it was years ago or if it's now, somebody always asks them like, well, what's it like to be a female rock band? Like, you know what I mean? And this example really shows that they're just a good music band. Like, you know what I'm saying? Where, like Jerry and freaking Chris Cornell and freaking Nirvana, like they're all happy to like be under their wing or under their umbrella. Like they just love them as a band. Like nobody's like, oh yeah, well those chicks are dope. Like people are
Chris is like, they rock just as hard as fucking anybody.
Yeah.
Like that's it.
Yeah.
And that's why we like them.
Yeah.
If they didn't rock that hard, we're not going to like them just because they're girls.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's the cool thing about it. Like, I love that.
So then, so now they have all kinds of like musical knowledge. They have their studio, and they start a new project to just completely get away from Heart. They're like, we've done this. We need
to death.
It's they felt like they were in kind of a box in a way.
Yes.
They've been kind of like not chewed up and spit out by the industry, but the industry kind of took them for a ride. They were like, you know what? We're doing our own thing now. We're not fucking with you. We're not doing whatever you tell us we need to do. We're going to finance our own thing, and we're going to do whatever the hell we want.
Yeah. Would you say the industry gave Heart disease? Or a heart attack.
No. We'll go with heart disease. It's a little more mild. You know what I mean? Fuck, I can't remember what the name of the second band was right now, though.
No, and it's getting in. I'm sorry, Tom Petty's band is getting in my way, but I don't remember the second band. But they needed it to get away from Heart, and I don't want to pull it up. You guys, let us know.
Yeah, tell us about how stupid we are in the comments.
We can't remember everything. We're just Yanks.
Yeah, we're just a bunch of daft Yanks, according to the YouTube commenters. Hey, there's a little truth in all the jokes, you know. But yeah. So they do their side projects. And they come back and they do another Heart album. And it's funny because they also did their solo albums, but they were both kind of like, it's not as fun doing this by ourselves.
No.
Like, I want to do it with my sister. Like, we just, like, it just works.
Yeah.
And there's something about, like, siblings in music that they're just always, like, able to be on the same page. But for a lot of the time.
Not if you're Oasis, but yes.
Oh, fuck them. But their shit is just ridiculous. But like, you know, we did an AC/DC episode lately,
and that was wonderful.
They were just always like, we're doing this.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have another option. Like, we've been doing this for our whole life. This is what we're doing.
Yeah.
And they're kind of like on the same thing as well. They're like, nah, like, we know how we work together, and this is not something that you could just get somewhere else.
Right. Yeah.
So they come back. They do another album, which is great, that Nancy produces.
Yeah.
Which is sick.
Yeah.
And, they're just like, I don't know. They just never let anybody fucking stop them, really.
Not really. Not at all. What lets you know that they don't let a lot of people stop them? So when they were like, here's a flashback story. So when they were like in high school, they used to go to this church, this Protestant church, and, their girl band at the time had gotten like a lot of like recognition, like, so they played like the Youth Sunday like concert, and they were about like a few hundred people there at the concert. So at the church, they decide to do The Doors, When the Music's Over.
Oh.
So they did
the music's over.
Exactly. They did a whole bunch of covers. They did, you know, Ronnie Spector. They did Aretha Franklin.
R.I.P.
To Ronnie Spector and Aretha Franklin.
Yeah.
And so they decided to do The Music's Over. Now, when I heard this interview, when I heard like Anne start to say this, I know this song, When the Music's Over, front and back, okay? I know
when the music's over.
The pauses, the words, everything. So right away, I thought about the part which gets half of the congregation to get up and leave the church immediately, okay? So there's a pause, and then Anne goes, cancel my subscription to the resurrection. People were probably like, ooh.